In this video, I'm going to be talking about a pattern called the pink-green bottom pattern. It's a reversal pattern, and it occurs thousands of times every month within the different stocks. It's a real easy pattern to see. Zip green and zip pink are the two indicators that are what make up the pink-green bottom. There's a pink-green top as well, but the zip green, keep in mind, is it tracks the trades in and out of the stock, or in and out of the market. And when zip green is at 0, people are leaving the market or getting out of the stock. And when zip green is at 100, people are jumping into the market or jumping into the stock specifically. Zip pink is a price barometer. It goes in the direction of the price. And there's five or six price barometers in the system, but zip pink is one of them. And so you have a situation where you can see the two connecting, or should I say, not connecting to the different trading market forces in the marketplace for a particular stock. I'm going to be showing you a few things before I get into the pink-green pattern. The documents index is an index that has 32 items on it, and you can click on any one of those items, and they will take you to that particular thing that we're going to be looking at. In this case here, I'm going to be quickly covering abbreviations, pattern types, rules of the different indicators, and then visual shapes and visual signals. Now, the abbreviations is obvious, but take a look at it. Keep in mind what they mean. If you don't have a desire to flip back to into this document each time, print it off and lay it on the desk. Excuse me, until you get used to what I'm abbreviating. The visual shapes and visual signals are patterns that we look at in the narrow line indicators. There's 22 narrow line indicators out of the 40 indicators that are in the Day Trading Visual Basics system, and these dashed lines indicate the next day price direction when you see a dashed line. I'm not going to go through them on this particular video. There's other videos that will explain them in detail. The rules indicator file basically defines the rules for each pattern. And if I can find it down here, I'm going to try to go to the pink-green bottom. And there it is. I've got this highlighted as well. There's the rule for a pink-green bottom. It says, the rule definition for the pink-green bottom pattern is zip green at 0 with zip pink down and zip pink next to zip green. So there's 3 conditions for a pink-green bottom pattern. And there's a variety of patterns, a variety of pink-green patterns that I'll show you. And this rule, these 3 conditions, are primarily what makes up a pink-green bottom pattern. The pattern types, again, I'm going to run down here to the pink-green bottom. If I can find it, went too far. There we go. The pink green bottom is, let me get here a little bit up. In this particular case, the pink green bottom types, I've got 5 listed right here in the pattern types category or file. And there, when you go into the pattern types, there's patterns up, price up, and patterns down, price down. And the pink green bottom is a reversal price up pattern. And I've got 5 listed, but there are a few variations off of these basic 5 patterns. You've got the classic pink green bottom, and remember the rule is the pink green bottom, zip pink needs to be next to zip green before the reversal takes place. And this is very key in many situations. That's true in the classic pattern. Zip green will be going down, zip pink will be going down all the time, and then there'll be a signal that'll send both zip pink and zip green up, and it'll start an uptrend, or it may just be a one-day up pattern. And that happens a fair amount in the zip green bottom patterns, because the next day you end up with a red peak, which is, if you're familiar with it, a red peak is a zip red above 50 and a zip yellow below 50, and that constitutes a reversal next day down pattern. But in any case, if you look here on the pink green bottom types, you've got the classic, you've got the pinpoint, you've got the zip pink drop down, the zip pink low angle down, and the and the pink green diving board. Now I'm going to be in my examples. I've got 3 examples I'll show you. The one is the pinpoint, the drop down, and the zip pink low angle down on this video. And that will and these are marked on this pattern by the examples of the vertical lines. Pardon me. Okay, now the vertical lines are the 3 examples that I was telling you about. The one on the right is a pinpoint zip green at 0. Now obviously you don't know that it's a pinpoint until the next day, but in this particular case we're doubling up on patterns, because if you notice, 2 days before the green bottom we have a red zip red bottom, and it's higher than the zip green, but there are red green twin spikes, 1-day twin spikes and 2-day twin spikes. And so this example is a 2-day, the spikes are separated by 2 days apart, and when we get the red green twin spikes, we know that next day it's going up, or at least there's an extremely high probability that it's going to go up. And that has proven itself time and time again. And so when we see this, we think, well, it's going to go up the next day because I've got a red-green twin spike. And in fact, if you check the other zip lines, you'll find that zip pink is at 30 in value, and it happens to be the lowest as well. And so you don't see zip pink that high very often and technically next to green. but that requirement is typically there in the vast majority of cases. I'm going to show you one here that's not the middle one, but but when you have two patterns at the same time, that's very indicative of it's going up the next day. The middle line here is the zip pink in a low angle down, and you can see that in this example. And I will move this up a little bit and make us, or hopefully you can see it clearly on the videos. In this example, the zip pink is not lowest, but if you're not aware, a low angle down in any of your indicators is indicative of a next day up price movement. And so, especially when we see a zip pink, which is a price barometer, then we are pretty certain that it's going to go up the next day. And the other basic rule of a low angle down zip pink is that zip yellow is under it, and oftentimes zip yellow is lowest. And if in fact zip yellow is lowest with green at the bottom, then it does go up next day a high percentage of time, very high probability each time it goes up. The third one I'm going to show you is a drop down zip pink has dropped down next to green. Again, if you can't see it, I'll move this up a little bit and we'll get a closer look at it. You can see right in here that the zip pink has continued down for, looks like, a fourth day, and it is now next to the zip green. The zip pink is at 3.5, so again, that's kind of high, but because oftentimes you'll see the zip pink under 3, under 2. I mean, many times it's under 1. But this is, it's been, when the zip pink is high for, in this case, the zip green has been at 0. This is the fourth day. And so when zip green finally drops down next to green, that's the signal for next day up. So, and that again is a real high probability. And if you notice, on this day, we have what's referred to as a red peak. That's a zip red highest, and that in this case here, zip red is at 97 and zip yellow is at 20. And so they're 75 points apart, which is significant in the diff category, the divergent and the diff files. But in any case, it's a very classic red peak, which means it's next day it's going down. So in this example on the left here, we only have 1 day of price up after a green, pink green bottom. So that explains several of the pink green bottoms. More later.